Okay guys, the NHL 25 gameplay trailer is here. We're going to react to it live. It should be beginning in any second, and we'll give the live reaction. Another countdown. Oh.
Welcome, I'm Mike Engelhardt.
Oh, this is quiet.
This is the EA Sports NHL 25 gameplay deep dive. Today, we're going to take a look at IceQ, Chell's new logic-driven gameplay system, and its suite of features, including the next evolution of Chell's skating system in next-gen vision control, empowered AI's complete overhaul of our AI player system, and the new set of reactive action animations. Plus, the dynamic and deadly new skill-based one-timers.
I feel like they've done the one-timers before.
Players are getting better, smarter, and more technical than ever before, which is why we turn to them and our cover stars, the Hughes brothers, as inspiration for our latest gameplay innovation, IceQ. Next-gen vision control is an evolution of Chell's skating system that allows you to create more time and space on the ice by providing fresh abilities, improvements, and a user-initiated skating mode that ups the responsiveness, explosiveness, and expression on the ice for human and AI players alike. Now, walk the blue line to help create space on the play, square up to the puck carrier, thread the needle through an opponent's defense, and stay locked on goal for better shot opportunities. For example, when next-gen vision control is active and the player is in possession of the puck in the offensive zone, they now skate with the net as the target. This opens up the player's body, creating the ability to skate and attack the net, shoot the puck or pass from anywhere in the offensive zone in a contextually more authentic way. If you are not in possession of the puck, on the offensive side,
the skating looks like it's going to be big changes.
Vision control is active. This allows for more accurate pass pickups.
I do like
and blends nicely with the new skill-based one-timers. Defensively, next-gen vision control gives you more control to face up to the puck at all times, helping you keep better gaps and spacing in the zone. This allows for more predictable and responsive positioning, creating opportunities to disrupt passing lanes or poke check the puck off the opposition's stick. Next-gen vision control ultimately gives you more control on both sides of the puck and provides a more fluid skating experience that both looks and feels incredibly authentic. Empowered AI is a complete overhaul of our AI player system, heightening CPU skaters' awareness of other players and positioning on the ice, giving them more fluid and helpful reads to execute in a true-to-life fashion.
That looks pretty good.
On top of that, all of Chell's in-zone strategies have been rebuilt from the ground up to allow skaters to better utilize open space and position themselves to be bigger offensive threats. We've also revamped rush plays and how players establish zone possession. The AI players now read plays better and glide into offensive positions instead of just crashing the far post, meaning you'll have more options each time you enter the zone. New to NHL 25, reactive actions like collision avoidance animations allow players to swim past one another and into position smoothly like the pros, no longer running into and getting tangled up with each other.
Yeah, that was a big problem.
All new panic turns let players quickly change direction and use their stick to take away space if they are beaten on the ice, making defensive players more athletic and dynamic. Together, all of this means that our on-ice players are now more aware of what is happening during play, creating a new level of authentic intelligence and improving the moment-to-moment flow of gameplay. Thanks to IceQ opening up more offensive opportunities, the new skill-based one-timers really shine. Anchored by a new in-game visual indicator that identifies a teammate as a target for a skill-based one-timer. When passing to a teammate, you'll need to input the shot control as the puck arrives.
I wonder if those will be OP.
The timing window to nail a skill-based one-timer is dynamic and takes into account how fast the puck is traveling, as well as the shooter's abilities, like the 1T X factor. If timed correctly, you'll unleash the skill-based one-timer, which is more powerful and accurate. If your timing is off, the shot's accuracy drops, raising the stakes and making the action all the more exciting. Thank you for watching the NHL 25 gameplay deep dive. We're excited to see how you take advantage of IceQ and its ability to create time and space on both ends of the rink. Stay tuned for more info on presentation, gameplay modes, and more.
All right. So we'll go over it again here and kind of analyze it. Obviously, the skating looks really nice. It looks crisp. It's going to change. I think it's going to make this game feel a lot newer. Funny thing I'm just noticing here is Fowler's skate is clipping through the ice here. Small visual thing, but we are analyzing it.
Welcome. I'm Mike Engelhardt. And this is the EA.
Yeah, it's like the way they go around the players looks sick.
Today, we're going to take a look at Ice Cube, Chell's new logic-driven gameplay system. And
The graphics, I want to talk about that. We'll get to that.
Skating system in next-gen vision control.
Because I'm curious about it, because it looks, something looks different. It looks similar but different.
Reactive action animations. Plus, the dynamic and deadly new skill-based one-timers. The game of hockey is evolving. Players are getting better, smarter.
That's going to be fun though, doing the like tomahawks and stuff like that.
We turn to them and our cover stars, the Hughes brothers.
Yeah. Hughes brothers. W.
Innovation, Ice Cube. Next Gen Vision Control is an evolution of Chell's skating system.
Okay, we can look at the graphics here. I don't know what it is. Something looks different. I want to say like almost the saturation or something, but I could be tripping. And the character builds look different. I don't know. I can't really speak on it because I'm kind of confused.
More time and space on the ice.
That's cool. I like that.
Fresh abilities.
We'll have to see if the AI actually crash into each other though, because that's a big problem. Here's something I wasn't a big fan of, was this shot here with Dahlin. Maybe, I guess the goalie screened here. Still kind of screened. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. It looked like a really bad goal. I was going to say maybe the goalies aren't too good,
explosiveness,
but it looks like that's something that'll be repeatable.
And AI players alike. Now, walk the blue line to help create space on the play.
They look like lanky. I want to say the players look lanky.
Thread the needle through an opponent's defense and stay locked on goal for better shot opportunities.
See, one thing I'm wondering about with the one-timers here is this going to be the meta? Is this going to be the way to go for scoring? This is on the power play. Again, I think the scoreboard's looking pretty crisp.
For better shot.
I don't know. If that's going in like that, it's Wyatt Johnson. Not a bad player, not the best. But I just see this being like something that happens a lot. I don't know. I guess it's up to you if you like that or not.
Opportunities.
But we might be back into like a one-timer meta.
For example, when next-gen vision control is active.
And that. See, when I said the skating was probably going to lead to a lot of goals here, we'll go back a little bit more here.
For example, when next-gen vision
that move there, the way the goalie comes off the post here and he skates around and then just shoots it short side, that looks like something that's going to be repeated a lot. Now this is McKinnon and it's Fleury and net, obviously falling off a bit, but I would look for that to be one of the ways to go for scoring in this new NHL. I think that's going to be that in the one-timer.
The puck in the offensive zone. They now skate with the net as the target. This opens
I
up
hope it's not as OP as it looks.
Creating the ability to skate and attack the net, shoot the puck or pass.
Yeah, the graphics are throwing me off. I don't know what it is.
More authentic way. If you are not in possession of the puck, on the offensive side,
Let's take a look back at that goal quickly.
Not in possession of the puck.
Now, this doesn't have anything to do really with this goal, but one of the things I really want them to see is when the puck is like in the crease behind the goalie in like a deadly spot, I want to see the defenders like swat it away. Unfortunately, I don't think they added that this year. We'll have to see if maybe with the new skating and the new AI, if moments like that don't happen as much, but it felt like that was something that was happening a lot in NHL 24.
On the offensive
so here's
side,
hoping
the will target the puck when next-gen vision control
the timing is going to be interesting. I wonder how hard it will be to time it properly.
One-timers. Defensively, next-gen vision control gives you more control to face.
That's good. So one thing I want to mention on that note is I'm glad that they didn't just think of the skating from like an offensive mindset, because with the other trailers, it seemed like they were very focused on the skating in the offensive zone, which could have made this a really offensive NHL. I'm glad that they also considered the defensive side of it, like blocking shots, staying with the defender and stuff like that. Hopefully that means that the poke checks and stuff like that will be better in terms of like following the player. We'll have to see if this does become a more offensive NHL, defensive NHL,
to the puck at all
stuff
times,
like that.
Helping you keep better gaps and spacing in the zone.
It definitely looks similar, obviously.
Responsive positioning, creating opportunities to disrupt passing lanes or poke check the puck off the opposition stick.
See, like I really like that. Caulfield keeping up with the Jensen
more control
or
on
Jensen.
Both sides of the puck. And provides a more fluid skating experience that both looks and feels incredibly authentic.
I don't know why they're reusing clips. I'm just kind of going to nitpick this here, but they already used this McKinnon goal earlier in the trailer. I find it kind of weird and kind of lazy to reuse clips. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Feels incredibly authentic.
Small thing.
AI is a complete overhaul of our AI player system, heightening CPU skaters' awareness of other players and positioning on the ice.
See, that looks good. Like, obviously, this is kind of like Drystyle's office, if you know, like Edmonton and their like power play. Again, we'll have to see if this becomes like OP or how well you can defend against something like that.
To execute in a true-to-life fashion. On top of that, all of Chel's in-zone strategies,
Like something about the jersey. I don't know if it's the jerseys or if they changed the graphics. And maybe this is just Anaheim's new jersey, but something looks like, I don't know how to describe it, like cartoony, I want to say. I don't know, maybe someone in chat could put it into better words for me, but I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'm tripping.
have been rebuilt from the ground up to allow skaters to better utilize open space and position themselves to
There's
be bigger
Broberg on St.
offensive
Louis.
threats. We've also revamped rush plays. to help
Okay, that did look very good.
bigger
This
offensive
shot by Joseph
threats.
here.
We've also
Now, I guess maybe it's his positioning,
revamped rush plays.
but that kind
to
of
help
looked very
players
NHL
establish zone
24.
possession.
We'll have to see how much stuff like this happens. I didn't find it like the most problem, but like you would have the players sometimes just crash the net, crash the defenders. If they're no longer crashing into each other in front of the net, obviously that's going to be great. I almost want to say the game looks saturated.
AI players now read plays better and
See, when
glide
it goes close up like this, it looks fine. But it's like when they pull it back from like a top angle, for some reason, it looks different.
offensive positions instead of just crashing the far post.
Utah jerseys
Meaning
look
you'll
nice.
have more options each
I like the
time
color
you enter the
scheme.
zone.
Oh yeah, I really want to scream this out when I saw this. So anyone who plays NHL 24 will recognize this
Each
goal
time
here
you
by
enter the zone.
Heiskanen. It's not quite the same setup, but shooting the far left side. Can't confirm it, but it's looking like that's still going to be very powerful. So expect to be scoring that way. You know, the slide through the slot and then shoot it far side. It looks like that's going to be in the meta
New
again.
NHL 25, reactive actions like collision avoidance animations allow
This is really cool. I wasn't
players to
expecting
switch.
this. The way he just avoided it's not really a hit, but he avoided the defender to get into the kind of a dangerous zone here. I'm interested to see how often we see plays like this. Will the AI be making smart plays like this, like cutting through? Like this is O'Connor, who's pretty okay. He's a pretty okay player, but that was a really smart play. And then it made,
past one
yeah,
another
makes a
and into
dangerous
position smoothly
situation
like the
there.
pros, no longer running into and getting tangled up with each other.
Yeah, I really like
Plus,
this.
all new panic turns let players quickly change direction and use their stick to take away space if they are beaten
Yeah,
on the
small
ice,
thing, but
making defensive players
that's cool.
more athletic and
I like the way they show the development stuff here. I think it's fun to get a
together.
behind the scenes look.
Our on-ice players are now more aware of what is happening during play, creating a new level of authentic intelligence and improving the moment-to-moment flow of gameplay. Thanks to IceQ opening up more offensive opportunities.
Mikheyev on the
new
Chicago
skill-based
Blackhawks. Let's go,
one-timers really
legend.
shine. Anchored by a new
I feel like one thing they did in this trailer a lot, and maybe I'm just like really nitpicking this, but I feel like they've kind of repeated themselves a lot, like kind of stretched out the length of this trailer by just talking about this skill-based one-timer like over and over again. And another thing I noticed in the beginning of the trailer, I'm not going to go back there, but during this IceQ spot, I'm pretty sure they reused footage from the reveal trailer. I would have to confirm that. Again, just kind of
visual
nitpicking.
indicator that identifies a teammate as a target for a skill-based one-timer.
I do
When
like
passing-
that. I mean, actually, I don't know. This one-timer system, again, it's going to be interesting to see how easy it is to time these one-timers. I'm interested to see if this pops up only when there's like a clear pass through, or if it will pop up even if the pass is kind of blocked.
When passing to a teammate,
But yes,
you'll
this
need to
looks
input
very,
the
very
shot
powerful.
control as the puck arrives. The timing window to nail a skill-based one-timer is dynamic.
I do like the
It
timing,
takes
but
into
again, we're going to
account
have to see how that
how fast
works.
the puck is traveling, as well as the shooter's abilities, like the 1T X factor.
Oh, wait,
If
hold on.
timed correct,
Let me just look at that real quick.
as well as the shooter's abilities.
The tip looked interesting here. Now, maybe it's because it went off the defender's stick. Usually when shots go off defender's stick, they kind of bounce more unpredictably, where like obviously your player will tip it to a certain like area.
like the 1T
But yeah, that looked kind of
if timed correctly,
more
you'll
realistic,
unleash
but I
the
don't think
skill-based
that's
one-timer,
much to
which
look
is more
at.
powerful and accurate.
Got
If your
Wolvie in his
timing is
office.
off, the shot's accuracy drops, raising the stakes and making the action all the
So
more
there's
exciting.
pressure. I know
Thank
some
you
people
for
want to
watching
pressure
the
Gone,
NHL
but
25 gameplay
still in the
deep
game.
dive. We're excited to see how you take advantage of IceQ and its ability to create time and space on both ends of the rink. Stay tuned for more info on presentation, gameplay modes, and more.
So overall, honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to be a really easy year to score with this new skating. I feel like we're going to see a lot of those slot shots like we saw with NHL 24. I'm a bit worried about like that McKinnon shot where he goes behind the net, comes out in front, and then shoots it short side. It looked like something that could probably be repeated pretty easily. Like one of the things I mentioned before we looked at the trailer was I was wondering if they were going to have the goalie keep up or like adjust the goalie to keep up with this new skating. I feel like they didn't really do that. So I'm kind of worried as if the goalie is going to be able to keep up with the new skating and stuff. That's one of my worries, but maybe the new defending skating will be able to prevent these goals. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on this. We'll have to see, obviously. I think it'll be a fun year. It's good that this game's going to feel different. I think it's going to feel quite different. And that's always a good thing. One of the things I liked about NHL 24 was I felt like it felt quite different than 23. Maybe that's a hot take. That's one of the things you want, obviously, when you get a new NHL is you want it to feel new. You want it to feel like it's actually a new game and you're not just buying a roster update. So I'm excited for this. Obviously, we'll have to see when they release the next information. Waiting on all the game mode stuff. That's obviously going to be big. No BA Pro changes would be super disappointing. I will have to see how good the franchise revamp is and if it carries things over. Like, will a franchise revamp mean we get the All-Star game and stuff like that? And then that stuff also carries on into BA Pro and things like that. That's what we have to still look out for. I appreciate all you guys. Consider leaving a sub, checking out some of my other content. If not, it's all good. I hope you all have a good one. Be safe. Take care of yourself.